just gonna shut off the lights. So, today we're gonna dye yarn. I am an indie dyer living in Denmark, and you're in my mud room with me. This is where I dye all the yarn. I prepared this yarn, which I already soaked in some colors. It's a color named Golden Poppy from Dharma Acid Dyes. I'm almost only using dye all this yarn. If we manage to get this dyed quickly, I have a pan more with just plain white yarn that's not dyed. So when it's 10 o'clock, we're gonna start. It's gonna be sorry, I'm not that used to using English. We're gonna do it the way that I'm used to. So you're gonna tell me which colors you would like to see in the yarn. If you say green, I will take all of my green colors. This is the green colors I have. So you're gonna say green, and I'm gonna choose which one I think is good. And I'm gonna use different techniques to apply the dye to the yarn. And if you have a technique you would like me to use, just say so. I'm gonna turn on the lights again because it's too dark in here. I hope that's okay for you. So let me check the clock. We have 4 more minutes. If there's anything you would like to tell, please let me know. Have you enjoyed the knit-a-thon so far? I have, but I haven't knitted that much. I have a 6-year-old and twins at 2. So yesterday there was almost no time for knitting because they were all waiting for me to play with them. So I have the pan. It's what caterers use, a catering can. There's some water and there's citric acid. I use citric acid to fix the colors. So as I said, I have already dyed this with a hint of Golden Poppy, and we can get started. Let's just start. What colors would you like to see? Hi from the Netherlands. Hello! I used to live in Utrecht. I don't speak Dutch anymore, but I did. And so I'm happy to see someone from the Netherlands. Bye. Not bye. Hi. Do you have any color that would go with this? Nice, Ingrid. And from Germany. Brun. Okay. So, brun means brown. I'm gonna turn on the pan because we need heat to fix the colors. You need acid and you need heat. I will take out the brown colors. And this is the brown. I think because this is a warm tone, I think we should use a warm tone brown. And that could be teddy bear brown. I'm gonna put on my respirator mask. It's very important that you use protection. Not that this is poisonous, but powder. The dye is in powder form, and powder is not good to have in your lungs. So, on with the respirator.
I may sound a little muffled, but I will keep an eye with the text so I can see what you're choosing. First thing, this brown. And I'm gonna use the technique with just spreading the dye powder. If it was already very hot, it would fixate a lot quicker. When I apply it,
When I apply it on the colder yarn, it won't fix as quick. You can see that it is spreading out, and that's okay. I think it's good to spread it out. I could also take a can, put water in it, and put some dye powder and mix it and pour it out. But the color wouldn't be as intense as it should be now. I use my chopsticks a lot. It's not very high tech, but it gets the job done. So it's starting to get warm. I saw a lot of suggestions with the colors. I saw blue, I saw gray, of course, 50 Fabulous Pia, you say gray. But please, again, write what you want to see. I saw something with green too. Green and blue speckles. Okay, we could do that. When I speckle, I take a plastic can. I put citric acid in it, and I take the dye powder. You said blue and green, so green. I use this shamrock.
remember to put on your mask. And the blue. For the blue, I want to use National Blue.
National blue is not as bright. It's not navy, but it's a dark blue, and I think that would go well with the orange. So I'm stirring it up. I don't need the mask anymore because the dye fixes itself to the acid. So it's already, there's no free powder now. So here we have a mixture. Is there any poisonous chemicals in the dye? No, usually not. Most dyes are certified as Oeko-Tex 100 standard, and that means it's not poisonous. But as I said, the powder in itself not very good for your lungs. So I have mixed the acid with the two dyes, and I'm spreading it out. My philosophy with speckles is more is more. If you don't use enough, it looks like mistakes. When you dye with it, no, knit with it, and there's not that much color, not that much speckles, it just looks like, oh, there's a green spot. Why is there a green spot? If there's enough, it looks like it's on purpose. Because the water is and the yarn is so warm already, I'm gonna flip the yarn. You might see there's a hint of brown in here. That's because we put in the brown raw powder. so it's gonna spread. And that's what I would like. So this is the other side. When we use the speckles, we're gonna use it on both sides. So here we go. I also saw you mentioning orange, and I agree, because right now it's not that coherent. The blue and green and the brown does not fully match the orange. So I'm gonna take the orange colors and I'm gonna take this. It's a fluorescent safety orange and it is very bright. So I'm gonna put on my mask.
Right? The color. And my chopstick. Make it a little red. Dip it. And apply it. You will see that it is quite intense. And that is to enhance the already applied orange. And more is more, okay?
Now, when I use the chopstick directly, it has the ability to go down into the skein. If I just put it on top, it wouldn't go so completely into the yarn. So I'm gonna turn it already, and that is to make the orange spread a little. You will see there's a lot of orange in the water, and that is fully intentional. If I waited, if I gave it like 5 minutes more, turn up the heat, put a lid on it, the orange wouldn't spread as much. But I would like it to spread. Let me just show you. Can you see it? It's so difficult to show you, but it is much more coherent now. And right now, I think we should give this a rest. There's plenty of orange, there's plenty of speckles, and the brown is here as well. So I'm gonna put on the lid, give it 5 minutes with the heat, and take it off. When I take it off, I'll put it aside and I'll leave it for the next day. I'll do this to make sure all the color in here has been soaked in the yarn. Now, we have time for this as well. So let's just say it's a TV kitchen and we gave it 5 minutes. We haven't, but when I'm not live here anymore, I would give it some more minutes. So I'm gonna take this off to rest. Tomorrow I will rinse it. Okay, next tray, completely bare yarn. The yarn I'm using is a sock yarn. It's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. It's a bestseller. So I put on some more water just to make sure it doesn't burn. If I put in a lot of water, like up to here, the colors would disperse. I'm rinsing my chopstick. Just flipping the yarn to make sure the heat is evenly. Oh look, there's a blue spot and there's a green spot. I haven't cleaned the can. I'm sorry I didn't see what comments were made. Please comment again if there's a question. This was the citric acid. It's in powder. What specs had the first yarn? I missed the info. Oh, okay. The first was, let me see, National Blue and Shamrock. Okay, you're saying pink and mint green. Mint green, I'm in love with. So this time, I'm gonna take, okay, Christmas colors, mustard, yeah. How about if we make this mint green with mustardy colors? So, water and mint. For mint, I'm gonna use spearmint breeze, but not a lot, because if it's a lot, it's more blue.
So I just put in not very much, and I'm gonna spread it out.
I made a mixture again, and just gonna pour it. We're gonna flip the yarn. It's not gonna be totally covered in mint. If I would take a big casserole, fill it with water and the color, and put the yarn into there and warm it up, it would be completely colored. But I always like to use the technique with some negative space. And with negative space, I mean the white. Because it brings out all the other colors. So, mint it is. And you said mustard. For mustard, there's so many mustardy colors, but one of my favorites is macchiato, and it's right here. Put on my mask.
And I'm gonna spread it.
So when the dye powder hits the yarn, it goes straight into the yarn because it's warm and there's citric acid. But when it hits the water, because the water level is a little high, it spreads out. Let's see if you like this and what other colors, if any, we should apply to it. You love it. Petroleum blue, like, I don't want to add blue. And that is because this mint is blue and yellow, and the mustardy colors on top is like red and yellow. So we have all the primary colors, and I don't want to add blue. Pink, peach is better than pink because peach has yellow in it, as this also does. So let me find a peachy color. This might be a little crazy, but this is fluorescent lemon and this is hot pink. Very, very bright colors, and peach is not bright. However, if I mix this, I can get a really nice peach. So, water, just a hint of hot pink, and a little more yellow. Oh, I forgot my mask. How about highlighter yellow? Yes, we could do that, but I don't have the highlighter yellow. So that is the natural explanation. Okay, this is what I got. I think it's a bit too orange, so let me put in a bit more of the pink. It's a bit more peachy now, I think. Okay, I don't want to just put on. I'm gonna take a really big spoon and put splashes on it. So, let's see. I'm not sure how much you can see, but I will lift the yarn in a bit so you can see better. We're gonna flip it. Just like this. And I'm gonna apply the peach again. Maybe you could better see the colors. Otherwise, I would have to lift you up. So when I use this technique with blending in water, it gets muted as the background color was. So it blends more into the colors that were already there. I think we should have the mochaccino here again. And this time I will remember my mask. Mochaccino.
Sometimes it's easy to forget to not just apply it in the middle. So that is why I'm really switching in here. So
I'm gonna lift you. Do you see the peach? How about highlighter yellow? I don't have the highlighter yellow color. I have So many colors, but not the highlighter yellow. Do you think it needs more? So the macchiato is breaking a bit. There's red, orangey spots, and there's this yellow. Many colors break, and that is because it is not a primary color, so it is mixed with different colors. More mint. I agree. More mint. Spearmint breeze.
In its raw form. Chopstick? Let's see.
Thank you. I like my chopstick method as well. It is not high tech, but it gets the job done. Okay, I see a lot of you mentioning Christmas red. I really don't want to put red in here because there's so much blue, there's so much yellow that if I put red in it as well, I'm afraid it would look as a circus. If I use strong variants of each primary color, it will, I don't know how to say it, but it won't merge, it won't match. Can you make a live another day with Christmas color? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna turn this around for you to see. I like this very much. Woo, it's hot. Now, when you dye yarn, there's the two sides, but also in the middle, there's also a middle, and that is really hard to reach. But I'm gonna use my chopstick to bring out the places in the yarn that's a little bare, because otherwise you get this where you're knitting a sock and you're knitting from one end of the yarn, then you're gonna get all the colors in the cuff, and when you get to the toe there won't be it as much. And that's because it wasn't evenly dispersed. That's really hard. It's really, really hard as a dyer to get that done. But we're all trying.
So, a little more peach. Like that. A bit with the chopstick, not a lot, because there's a lot already. So,
I really love this too. I see some of you saying that you love it. I love it as well. Chocolate brown specks. Yeah, I'm not sure I would go another brown. I think I will go with the macchiato again.
so,
In my opinion, this is done. It needs to be in like 5 minutes more of the heat. In here, I gather all my dirty spoons, chopsticks, and what have you, and I put water in it. See how much color is left? Now, I don't like to put this into the drain, to the sewer, so I always take a mini or micro skein, just pop it in, let it soak, and tomorrow, maybe later, I will heat it up with some citric acid. That way we won't put any dye in the sewer. Thanks so much for visiting me and looking at this. As soon as I have rinsed the yarn and dried it, skeined it, I will show it on my Instagram. My name in there is Birkefiber as well as this podcast. Because I can't show it to you now. But I'm really, really happy with the results. Thank you. I think it's an art to stop at the right time and not overdo the colors. I'm really, really on board with that. It's really important to know when you hit the right spot. Otherwise, you will, I don't know what to say. I agree. I'm gonna stop this right now. Thank you. Bye. If I can.